weeks ago. Tess Seymour says that he's a good, positive leader, shows as much leadership as anybody we've had. He sticks with things. She says he's very funny, which in fact he and his brother are very quiet, but if you listen very closely to them, they are very sarcastic and they are very funny. Tremendous commitment and follow through. He's a real can-do guy. Ron Kraft, some of you know, Ron's worked with kids for 20 plus years in education. He says he's got as good a work ethic as anybody he's ever seen in education. You give him a task to do something and you won't ever have to spend any time chasing him around, telling him what to do, and he's not going to bug you with a bunch of questions. He gets it done. And, you know, he says the one thing is that when he does something, he sees it all the way through, and then he's there the next day to help clean it up without being asked. And there's not very many kids that just do that. So that was his comment. And lastly, I want to share what he wrote on his application, because I get to work with kids all the time, a lot of good kids, and you know, kids are probably exactly like they were 20, 30 years ago, even though they look different, sound different. But our culture's changed a lot about, you know, attitudes, about work ethic, and you know, kind of what you call traditional values. So under the question, is there a person or event that made an impact on your life and or your education? And you're not going to hear this kind of stuff very often from kids. My grandfather has inspired me to work hard and never give up. At the age of 82, he still gets up and works 7 days a week farming, still trying to grow his business while even his children have started to retire. So you're not going to hear that. You know, kids don't just, even if they get around it, they don't pick up on it. So this is a real unique kid, so I'll let him talk to you. This is Jason Wallace.
Thank you, Mr. Renee. That was very nice of you. I thought I was going to have a little more time with Sergeant Arms, but I guess I'm not worried about that now. First, I'd like to thank you guys for selecting me to be the January senior month. I was joking with my friend saying I was going to be Mr. January and we're going to get a calendar made. But really, it's an honor to be chosen, and I deeply appreciate it. First, I'm going to tell you a little bit of my background. I originally came from California, hicked down to Arbuckle. Me and my mom know where that is. Yeah, my grandfather was a big impact on my life. He's now 83 and he still gets up 5:30 in the morning every day and works on 2,000 acres of rice. So he's pretty inspirational to me. And he taught all his kids, all 11 of his kids, to work really hard in life, and that trickled down to the grandkids and rubbed off on me a little bit, which I think kind of helps the way I am now. My plans for the future, I am 95% sure I'm going to be going to Oregon State. Hold your applause. But I've also applied to U of O, Cal Poly, and Chico State. Those are still in the running, but I haven't made a final decision yet. At these schools, I plan to study business and major in business and have a minor in accounting. Because of the experience of my life and the values my parents have taught me, I don't want to have to be a grunt for the rest of my life. I haven't worked for the vineyard this long. We had a summer, me and my brother, where we had to clear 24 acres of new part of the vineyard we just had a couple years ago, where we had to take straws for the tea stakes and mark 8 by 5 feet where they would go, and clear rocks for weeks and weeks and weeks. And after that, my dad said, "So, Jason, you want to be a grunt for the rest of your life?" I said, "No, Dad, I do not want to be that." And then me and my brother, we also worked for a pipeline business that was out on 62 for the last 2 summers. And first day of work, we'd get out there and I'd work 14 hours, drank 2 gallons of water by the end of it. We're like, all right, just got to finish the rest of the summer off. That's pretty much why I want to go into business and someday hopefully own my own. I feel that 4-H in my life has been a big part of why I do have the work ethic also and the responsibility I have. I've been a part of Lambs for 5 years, and then after I finished Lambs, I still am and have been for 4 years a junior leader in the club, helping the younger kids work for their Lambs. I've also been a camp counselor for 3 years, been on the executive board for 2 years, been in the exchange program for 4 years, and with several leader summer conferences at OSU that taught us responsibility and other things. During these experiences, I learned how taking care of things actually will lead to something, and that you can accomplish a goal if you try hard enough. And I think that's something that my parents really instilled on me, and they led me through life, making sure I get my homework done and slapping me if I don't. Yeah, I'd really like to thank Rotary for having this scholarship and program. It's just really awesome the things you guys do and can accomplish. It's hard to imagine all the people you guys help, and it's really nice. So thank you. And please don't find my mom if I did that on my social media.